Wonderful people. Hello, 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 hello. Let me just do this quickly. Hope you are joining me today. We're talking all things dreams. Can you believe it? Today I want to talk about my dreams and how I actually managed to interpret my own dreams. I hope you're ready for this. Please, when you log in, tell me who you are and where you're logging in from. And if you are logging in here and you are doing a replay, please, please, please hashtag a replay, right? Let me just have a minute to do this. Just hold for a minute. Okay. All right, so we can start. Those who are going to join in later can do so. I feel like I'm too close to this. Is that fine? Okay. Hello, wonderful people. I am Coach Malebo, your holistic life coach and author and a motivational speaker. Like I said, when you are logging in here for the very first time, please do click on the subscribe button. This is where you're going to get notifications. We don't have to and notify you on WhatsApp or on, YouTube will literally send you that notification, right? So I am an author and a motivational speaker. This is, oh Lord, two of my books called Confessions and the Journey. I have written these books in 2015 and 2017. And in 2021, they won 2 awards. And today, I'm not just an author, I'm also what do you call this? An award-winning author. That's who I am. And I have created a group on Facebook called Create the Life That You Want, and also have this journal. It's $100. So if you want all of this, 3 of these, it's actually 400. You can, I'll leave my numbers there. You can talk to me on WhatsApp, and we can arrange whether you want me to Korea via Pip Store or via Aramex. Anyway, today we're talking all things dreams, all things dreamland. Where people are forgetting their dreams, people are they dream about something but they don't act on it, a whole lot of other things. So I have my notes here with me. Okay, I've got my notes here with me, so we're going to talk everything dreamland. So I want you to comment there and tell me if you are dreaming, if you remember your dreams, do you know how to interpret your own dreams, right? Okay, so today the reason why I decided to talk about this, it's because I have been on a journey myself of understanding how to interpret my own dreams. So story back is that since from a very young age, I had been a dreamer, and a dreamer meaning I sleep and then I dream, and also being a daydreamer. I mean, one of my friends on Facebook, one of my friends on who I stayed with, actually at the flat where I used to stay in Sunnyside, once told me that I cannot believe that you used to tell me about this dream that you are. So everything that I have that I'm living today has been a dream before. So I have been dreaming about it, and I would be vocal and tell people about my dream. But again, I would sleep and God will speak to me through a dream. So if you are here, you are like me and you are a dreamer, raise up your hand. If you are here, you're a dreamer, raise up your hand, right? And I believe that that is the way that God speaks to us as human beings. I believe that God speaks to us through dreams. And, it can be God speaking to you that you need to do something. It can be a healing dream, and I'll explain later. It can be a healing dream. It can actually be a prophetic dream that you are seeing something that is going to come in the future. Now, because we have not been empowered as people, we are so afraid of ourselves. So we have not been empowered as people. We are thinking that no, when we sleep, we just sleep and then that's it. But we sleep, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for a candle. There's a reason for this chair that I'm sitting on. There's a reason for this cloth that I am having. Right? So God does not create things because he feels like I'm bored. He creates things because he knows that we need those things. So he speaks to us. Yes, one of the things that he would speak to us is through dreams. Now, somebody might say, why doesn't God just speak to me? Why does he have to go through dreams? And as we remember in the Bible, Jesus was speaking using parables, right? So sometimes in the dream there would be parables, but again, God does not. It's not like he's only speaking through dreams. He's also actually speaking to us on each and everywhere we walk. We are not walking alone. We are walking with God, right? And he's always speaking to us. But one is the reason that we don't even know how to differentiate the voice of God and that inner voice in us that is always telling us nasty things. Number two, we have a very busy life. That is why I always advise people, I take off my head as a coach and I would advise people to to uh, uh, um, to focus on being still, being with themselves, because inside of you there is a God. Inside of you there is a spirit of God that had rose Jesus from the dead, and that spirit is always talking to you every now and then. Now you need to be observant of that spirit, but then God then would use dreams, because by the time you are sleeping there is no thinking, so he will show you visions in your dream, right? In your dream, yeah, right? So we need to be observant of the things that we do, or the things that we even dream about, and how God is speaking to us. If you are just joining now, please just comment there and say, hey, I see you, coach. Okay, so that is the reason why many of times God will speak to people through dreams. I know with myself, through my sessions, I have sessions, healing sessions, coaching sessions, and God will speak to me in a specific way that I need to speak to the person who's in a coaching session, who is in a healing session. So by that time I wouldn't be sleeping, I would be awake. But there would come a time when for instance, I don't know who's here, but if Jeanette comes to me for a healing session, or she is actually planning to come to me for a healing session, what then happens is that God will show me that this is a person that will come book for a coaching session, and this is what you need to do for them, right? Hello Delisile. Right, so we need to be observant of the dreams that we are having. Some people will have literal dreams there, and some people will have symbolic dreams, and I will also explain what are literal, what are symbolic dreams. But all of us, it's not a gift. Dreaming is not a gift. Don't listen to people saying, now I've got the gift of dreaming. Every one of us, we can dream and we can speak to God. We can communicate with God, and also we can interpret our own dreams. That's one thing that somebody needed to teach me, that we can interpret our own dreams, right? So let's start here. I am a Christian, right? And I am studying spirituality. So I know a lot of things in the African religion. I know a lot of things in the Buddhist religion, Islam religion, and spirituality as a whole, right? But I am from a Christian background. And when I am speaking today, I am speaking from a neutral place. I am not speaking from a Christian or Sangoma or anything. I'm speaking from a neutral place. Of course, I will quote where I need to quote, if it's Christianity or if it's any other religion, right? But I want you to understand, because I don't know in the church if they do really speak about dreams, or they emphasize, they tell people, is there, okay. I see my my candle there dancing, so I'm asking myself, is there anything that is coming inside of this house that I don't know of? But I think God and my guides are so happy that today I'm talking about this. You see, even this one. Anyway, so today I am talking from a neutral place. I don't know if in the church they actually speak more about dreaming, or what, right? I don't know if they hi Kenny, I don't know if they speak more about dreaming in the church. I even tried looking for videos of pastors who are speaking about dreaming. I found who is this Stefan something Ike, right, who was talking about dreams, but many pastors do not speak about dreams. Maybe they don't know. But what I have found is that people in the African spirituality, those are the people that speak about dreams. But as well, they speak about dreams in a form of, if you are a gifted person, or if you are called to be a sangoma, a traditional healer, a prophet in that a religion, or yeah, let's call it a religion. Many people are, when I hear, they are talking about it from that perspective. So today I'm going to be neutral. If you are here, you are a sangoma. If you are here, you are a Christian. If you are here, you are a Buddhist. This is for you, because all of us, we can dream. It's not like you need to be gifted for that, right? But then I'm going to start with where the reference came from. In the book of Job 33, verse 14 to 16, I'm going to read it out loud. It says, for God does speak, right? God speaks. And now one way, now another. Though no one perceives it, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls onto people as they slumber in their beds, he may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings. Now, this version says terrify, but the other version says he will whisper to them warnings. So there are things, like I said in the beginning, there are prophetic dreams that you would see in the future what will happen. And then there are healing dreams, and we'll also explain about that. And then there are also guidance dreams. I will also explain about that. Now, I want you to understand that all of us, we always have this, right? And I'm going to show you the basic dreams that we have as people. And these basic dreams, no matter how basic they are, they mean differently for different people. So as a dreamer myself, I've been struggling to interpret my dreams, because I'll have to book sessions after sessions after sessions. I think the people that I have been booking from, they would be even laughing at me that I don't know, until one day when I went for a session to a different person, and she said to me, dreams are very sacred, so you need to ask. And Coach Tandega, if she's here, she always tells me that you need to ask. When you dream of something, you need to ask, what is this dream? What is God trying to tell me, right? So the common dream that we all have is a dream about snakes. Woo! Amen. Who doesn't have that dream? Hello, Paul. Who doesn't have a dream about snakes? Now, when you're coming from the church like us, you're thinking, oh my God, because we have been told that the snake was the one that gave Eve the apple in the garden and a whole lot of that. But that is not the issue here. Let's even think about creation. God created a snake, and a person can use a snake in a good way, and some person can use a snake in a bad way. Just like me, there are other people that would ask me about candles. Hey, what are you doing with candles? I remember one of my sessions, a lady was asking me, Coach, why are we buying yellow candles and all these things? And a lot of people think that just because candles are associated to Baba Dimo or they're thinking, oh my God, everybody's doing that. And let me tell you something, I have a shelf full of candles. My husband even told me that we need to do something here, because so my candles, I use them differently for different purposes, and other people can use candles for different reasons as well. So when you're dreaming about a snake, you don't be terrified when you wake up and then you start speaking in tongues. Rah, 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 rah. No, rest. Snakes, like I said, some dreams are literal, meaning that you can see and all of that, but some dreams are symbolic, meaning that this dream is just showing you a symbol. Now that is where you need to ask. One, you need to ask, what is this dream saying to me, right? The general meaning that I can give you is that a dream of a snake, any color of snake except the black snake, right? So you can dream of any color, blue, green, yellow, orange, whatever. But if the snake is black, that's when you can be alarmed, according to me, right? And it can be different for you. So you are dreaming of a snake, and the general meaning of a snake is that it sheds off its skin. So to you, it might be that it's time for Mpo to elevate. It's time for Kenneth to elevate from what you thought you could not be. It's like out with the old, in with the new. So let me take, for instance, me, the time when I could dream of a snake, right? And there was a time when I was not an energy healer. So maybe the snake would come as a symbol that, Malebu, yes, you are a coach, yes, you are an author, but now it's time for you to elevate to energy healing, because other people need you for spiritual healing, right? So the snake might symbolize that. And many times, I don't know if Coach Nomasonto is here, but many times when we have dreams, we go to Google, and Google doesn't understand our dreams. It just gives you a general thing. So when you need to ask, why am I dreaming of this, right? Number two, you also need to be observant of how you felt when you were dreaming of a snake, or when you were dreaming of anything. How was your feeling? Because now Google does not ask you that. You only know that I was terrified, or I was relaxed, or I was, I felt love. It was strange because I was with the snake, but I was feeling love. So those are the things that you need to be observant. You need to take note of. And again, before I forget, always have a dream journal. Always have a dream journal. This is where you put on the side of your bed, and when you dream, you write down your dreams down, because you don't want to forget your dreams. So you write down, one, what was the dream? I was dreaming I was in this place and it was full of snakes. How were you feeling? I felt, secured. I felt loved. I felt whatever that you felt, right? And then again, you ask. If you don't understand that dream, then you ask. If you don't understand the dream, then you ask, what does this mean for me? I promise you, if you wake up from a dream and then you write it down and then you ask, the next dream will be actually an interpretation for you. This has happened to me many times, that I would ask, why am I dreaming of a white candle? And then I sleep. I ask, right? Or for people in a religion. So if you are from the Christian, if you're a Christian, right? What you would want to do is that when you wake up, then you pray, right? You ask God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, may you please help me understand what this dream is all about. Or if you are from the African religion, you would want to patha, or whatever that you do when you speak to your people, and ask, what is this dream all about, right? And when you I promise you, when you go back to bed, you are going to have either in a vision, if you cannot sleep, or you are going to get another dream that would explain that. Now, this is a way of you speaking to the spirit, because if you are just dreaming and then you wake up and you're like, this dream, oh my God, and then you go back, then spirit doesn't understand that you needed an explanation for it, right? So yes, as Asipe, you write down, you have a dream journal and you write down your dreams, right? and every detail. Where were you at that time when you were dreaming of the certain thing? How were you feeling? Were you with? If the snake then bites you, then you ask, how did you feel when the snake was biting you? Okay. And then the issue, I said any snake is fine according to me, but then a black snake, that's where it's danger. You know, we dream because God is speaking to us that something is about to come your way. So a snake, and I know earlier this year I dreamt of a black snake. Like, yo, I was so afraid. I like needed an interpreter and all that, but the dream was clear. I just didn't trust myself that I can interpret that dream. But most of the time when you dream of a black snake, especially a black snake trying to attack you, then there is you know, something in the spirit that is coming. It's already formed in the spirit. So remember the Bible verse that says we do not fight against flesh and blood, but we fight against principalities. So you are not fighting against a king. You are fighting against the spirit that may use them, right? So when you are dreaming of a black snake, you need also to ask that what was the dream about. So if I can explain to you with mine, I remember it felt like I was at home at the time when I was dreaming of the snakes, and I was with this guy who was killing the snakes. I didn't even know the guy, and I kept on, you know, when he kills one, the other one comes. He kills one, the other one comes. The interpretation of that dream was that honale emulego, you know, there's an attack that is coming in the spirit, but also I am not walking that journey all by myself. I am supported in the spirit because I did not kill any snake. Like generally, I am scared of snakes, right? So you need to also ask, what is this dream trying to say? Who were you with in the dream? I was with someone. So it means that there was someone who I don't even know the face. I don't remember their face, but they were protecting me by killing the snake. Okay, that's the dream number one, the general dream. The second one is the dream of water. Oh gosh, my husband just told me as well that he dreamt of water and blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay. You know, so in the past when I dream of water, I would be so terrified that, oh my goodness, because there was a time when I dreamt of Nkosi inside the water, and I was like, my son is suffocating, but he was so relaxed inside of the water, and I'm like, what the heck, you know. But then water, one, it means connection. So remember when you were in the womb, there was water there, and that water was connecting you to who you are right now, right? Water too means purification. Okay, and this can mean differently for you, right? So water means purification. Now sometimes you also need to take note of the type of water. I remember Coach Novasoto was telling us this thing. You know, you need to also take note of how what the type of water that you saw. Was it a river water? Was it a water in the pool, or like it's dark, it's not flowing? Was it ocean water? What type of water it is? So for purification purposes, it might mean that it is time for you to cleanse yourself. So in the Christian background, we will go for baptism. Now, a lot of times we go for baptism one time and we think, oh my gosh, but we go through this life and we have so many problems. And I think I have followed Ken Kumalo so much that I love the way that she would go to a church and ask that, can I please be baptized? So baptism, to me, I do not think that it should be done once. Of course, we are following a religion and it's a whole lot of rules and regulations there, but I believe that we can get cleansed, because when you get when you get baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and you can do that as often as possible, right? I remember with me, I got baptized when I was younger from the Roman Catholic Church. And then now I got born again, and then I got baptized at Apostolic Faith Mission. And the day when the week when I was getting baptized, I decided to quit cigarette. That was back in 2014 or 15, somewhere there, right? I decided to quit cigarette. And my intention was that when I get baptized, I want to leave the cigarette part because that was a struggle for me. And I went there without the knowledge that actually what I was doing was also cleansing myself from this addiction. And believe you me, I think it was on the 18th of October 2015 when I quit cigarette. And I have never in my life, up from that day, thought of cigarette, unless if I would have dreams, because my mind, my subconscious mind would still have that thing. And we will talk about it later on, the type of dreams that are coming from your mind. But up until that time, even today, I do not crave cigarette. I would go with my husband to a club or with my friends to a club. People will be smoking. It will smell like what? Because I started with an intention of quitting it, and then I went to cleanse myself. So if you are also struggling with a sin, you are struggling with something, maybe, and then you are dreaming of water, then it might be an indication that you need to go for a cleanse. You need to, and I believe even people who have lost their loved ones, you can go to church and just ask for them to baptize you. But when you get inside the pool or whatever that they use, you get with an intention, I want to cleanse the energy of my ex-wife or my ex-husband, my ex-boyfriend, that one. But if you are in the African spirituality, or if you are in the spiritual background, you can go for river cleansing. So the water might be an indication that you need purification, you need to be cleansed. So you don't need to be afraid of it. Again, you take note, how was the water? If the water is dirty, definitely you need the cleansing. And you need to also ask, this is not the benchmark that this is what is needed for you. You need to ask, right? The third interpretation would be the pregnancy. So we know that when a baby comes, we prepare for a baby, right? So pregnancy is an indication that there is a blessing coming in your way, and you need to also prepare for it. As we prepare for the baby with baby showers, we go for prenatal classes, we do a whole lot of good things when a baby is about to come. So the dream might show you that actually there is something new that is coming in your life that you need to maybe you need to clean that garage because a new car is coming. Maybe you need to let go of your old boyfriend because the new boyfriend is coming, whatever it is for you. So you also need to note down and ask, right? The last one that I know that many people would have, it's sexual dreams. So we know of spiritual husbands and spiritual wives. Thank you, Asipe. Spiritual husbands and spiritual wives and all of that. So many people have got sexual dreams. I know with myself, I had an encounter with a sexual dream, and this is how it happened. I had many years ago, I had this friend of mine. We were in a situationship, those type of things. You don't know if you are in a relationship, you love each other or what, but you are friends. So he then took me to a place in Midrand, and we went to eat there. So when I got there, I saw people like it was a strip club, and I was like, what is this? Okay, then I was presented with I am in a strip club. Well, I do not have a problem with prostitutes, strip clubs, whatever, but it's not my thing that I would wake up and want to go to a strip club. But then we ate. That is a very exclusive strip club. I don't know if it's still there. I forgot the name. And we went then to the side where these women were dancing on the pole and a whole lot of that. Then he offered to a lap dance for me, that a woman dances for me. Oh my goodness. Then that woman was touching me, was showing me things that I didn't want to see in a woman. Really, I am straight. And after a few months, few weeks, I started dreaming, of a woman wanting to sleep with me, doing sexual advances on me. And I think both it was my mind because I was terrified by that, but also it was also in in my spirit, because I know my husband told me that he used to go and DJ at a strip club. He told me that when you get there, the energies are different. So sometimes you are having sexual dreams. It's not that it is a spiritual wife or spiritual husband, but it might be the energies that you have consumed. That is why cleansing is important. Huh? The places that you go to, you might have absorbed that. Two, you might have absorbed that with the people that you are sexually active with. So you are thinking you have a boyfriend or husband or wife, whatever, and then they are sleeping with other people, and the people sleeping with other people, and you then absorb their energies, and then you have those type of sexual dreams if you don't cleanse yourself, right? So you also need to be aware that for every after a relationship, you need to cleanse yourself with an intention. I'm cleansing myself of the energies of my ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, right? That's what you need to do. If you don't do that, then you go around with their energies, and it might become a sexual energy, right? The other part of it, yes, it can be a spiritual husband and a spiritual wife, which are altars that people who lived before us did for the dark reason, that the people who coming after us may not get married. They would sleep with these things at night, and a whole lot of that, right? The fourth thing of of sexual dreams, it might be that it's coming from it's the biological part of it. We all know that we are sexual beings. God said we must multiply, and at a certain age in our lives, we actually crave for sex. We all know that, whether umzelwane, you know that there's a certain age where you crave for sex. Men will have wet dreams. Women will also be addicted to, touching themselves and a whole lot of other things, right? So it might be the biological part of it. And I think it's Dr. T or Dr. Tlale. I don't remember the lady who wrote a book. She is actually a gynecologist, if I'm not mistaken, and she wrote a book that you can actually, biologically, you can actually come on your own without having to have another person penetrating you, right? For women, I think I don't know if it's a book for women, but I overheard her in one of her interviews. So it might be that part, it's actually the biological part. Again, you ask, you ask, you ask, you ask. Okay, that's it. So I don't know if you have any dream that you want me to maybe explain to you, but I believe that you can explain your own dreams. Like I said, when you go to a dream interpreter, there are people who are gifted in interpreting other people's dreams, but inside of you there's a spirit of God, guys. That God inside of you knows what and that dream is. That is why when I watched the other Pastor Ike, she said the Holy Spirit has given you the knowledge to interpret your own dreams. So you cannot dream anything that is beyond your understanding. Everything that you are dreaming right now, you are dreaming because you understand it, but you haven't asked. You thinking, oh my God, I need to run to my label, I need to run to this person, but you can actually interpret your own dreams. So today, when you're dreaming, you need to say, okay, what is this dream all about? How was I feeling? Was I running away from what? I remember another lady said they were running. A snake was, after you do energy healing, you would have either lucid dreams, you would have vivid dreams or visions. And she said that a snake was running after her. And I said, if the snake was not attacking you, then that's okay, but you need to also think about how you were feeling during that time when you are running. To some people, it's that you are running away from yourself. Whenever you are thinking in your mind that it's because it's a snake, now you are running away from it. It's something that you are running away from yourself. You are running away from your calling, and your calling is not the ancestral calling. Callings are, callings, and then you decide if you are doing it in the church or you are doing it in the African religion. All callings are the same, right? Okay. Did I mention it? Okay, fine. So let's go to now dreams, the type of dreams. You will have healing dreams. So what are healing dreams? These are dreams that may come to you. Like myself, I say I would have dreams where I would be told for this person, in order for them to heal, this is 1 2 3, or maybe Zelda will come to me and I'll dream of them and I'll need to do 1 2 3. It's actually a portion of a healing dream or a guidance dream. But most of the water dreams that you have, it's personally for you if you are in the water and all these things. And that is actually a healing dream. It can come as a healing dream that you need to go for baptism or you need to go for river cleansing, right? So you will be guided there. When you listen to Izango, they would be telling you that the ancestors are talking to you over whatever, those type of things. So you need to ask. Don't just think that when you are dreaming of the ocean, the water, it means that you have to go to Sangoma, or now you need to be a pastor. Just ask. But it can be a healing dream for you, that you need to go to a specific river or specific church to go and baptize in that. So those are healing dreams. They are always with instruction. It's same as the guidance dream, right? So the guidance dream, I once had a question. So a person very close to me passed away last year, and early this year, I had questions, because of the death was not something that was like, sometimes when a person is sick, then you can say, yeah, they were sick, or maybe it's COVID-19, those type of things. But this person just died, and I was like, wow. And even 5 days or a week before they died, I had felt strange. I didn't know that they were going to die. And then they died. So early this year, I then asked a question: what happened to this particular person? What happened? And I dreamed that night. And in the dream, they pulled this guy in this dream, and I was like, who is this now? And they gave me the name of the guy and the surname of the guy, and I was like, who? And when I say they, I say spirit. I don't know who was responsible for that. God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, right? And I was like, who is this guy? They gave me the name, the surname, and they said, please be careful of this person. This person is going to do more if you do not pray enough. And I was like, who is this person? I woke up and I remembered the name. I remembered everything. I was like, who is this person? Until again, I was guided to know who the person is. And when I explained to people, I dreamt of a person, he's this, he was wearing that and that and that and that. And people were confirming that, hey, we know that person, So sometimes you will be given guidance dream that you need to go to a particular place, to go and pray in the mountain, to go and pray. It's a guidance dream, right? And then we have prophetic dreams. So not so long ago, I actually had a prophetic dream. I hardly watch the news. I don't watch Cyril Ramaphosa unless he's on TV. And I had a dream about Cyril Ramaphosa, and I was like, what is going on in this dream? I knew the dream. Even when I woke up, I remembered the dream vividly, and I was like, what is this? And I wrote on my WhatsApp, and this friend of mine was like, share with me that dream. Then I shared the dream with him, and he said, actually, you're right, because there is some other prophet who prophesied Ramaphosa is dead. And I was like, woo, okay. Then what do I do now? My mission right now is to also ask, what do I do with this dream? And actually, I am asking, why did I had to dream like this? Do I have to pray for him? Do I have to pray for the nation? What is it that I need to do? Right? So to some people, they will get prophetic dreams as depending on the nature of how they are living. So for instance, you may get like, maybe you are an alcohol addict, and you then always dreaming of yourself crashing in a car. You are drunk, always crashing in a car. So that is a prophetic dream, that when you continue with that alcohol addiction, that's where you're going to end up. So the prophecy might tend to be something else when now you decide to change your ways, right? So that can be, and I think a lot of people have heard of the guy who I think even Michael Beckwith, my spiritual teacher, spoke about that he was an atheist. He did not want to even believe in God. He was even recruiting people to believe, to think that God does not exist, until a certain time when he dreamt of something that, like, he was killed or something like that. And when he woke up from that dream, the revelation was that the love of God is always there for you, and he turned his way. And then now he is actually, they call him a pastor, but he's running a spiritual center, which is not a religious center, spiritual center, where he teaches about many truth about different religions. So to some people, it may be that when you change your way, then the prophecy does not happen. But if you continue like that, then it will happen, right? Okay, let me dream here. Let me read here. I used to dream about aeroplane crashing. In the dream, I'd be standing outside and watching while telling other people to go outside the house. I'd be feeling unease, but brave inside enough to watch. So what I'm getting, I'm not a dream interpreter, right? But what I'm getting is that there is actually a mission that maybe you are called to do. Why is it that you are the one who is asking people to to go outside? Why are you not terrified like them, and you just want to I mean, go inside, right? Standing outside and watching while telling other people to go inside the house. Yes, why is it that you are feeling like a hero? So maybe there is something that you need to step on, that you need to help. People are in danger, and maybe you then have to help them in a certain way. So you also need to ask, what is this, the meaning of this dream, right? So getting to my other point, the dreams that are very important, guys, are the repetitive dream. So you are dreaming of one thing over and over and over and over again. That is a dream that you need to be observant of. You cannot dream of one thing all the time. You are dreaming of a white cloth. Every time you are dreaming of a white cloth, and you don't do anything with that one. That is a dream. It's God trying to speak to you. So like you say, Asipe, that I used to dream about this. If it has been a repetitive dream, it's going to come back again. Now that you know this information, it's going to come back until, if you haven't done the purpose of the dream, it will come back. So you need to be aware of what you are repeatedly dreaming about, right? The second one is a dream that you dream and then you wake up immediately. That is a dream that you need to attend to. Do not digress and feel like, oh my God, I'm not powerful, I was running in the dream and all these things. You need, like I said, a dream journal. You write the dream down, and then you pray, you ask the Holy Spirit, or you do whatever that your spiritual practice is. You can meditate, you can light up a candle, whatever is, speaks to your spirit at that time. But do not just go back to bed without asking, why am I dreaming of aeroplane crashing? Because there was a time when aeroplane was actually crashing, and there's an aeroplane they have never found, and people were in there. What if you were called to rectify that mistake? To help people in there? What if it was that for you, right? So you need to be observant of the dream that come repeatedly, the dream that you wake up to, like literally you are waking up and I'm like, oh my God, is that me? That is the dream that you need to be aware of, right? Good. Now let's get to the story of today of dreaming, or how to remember your dreams. So today I actually had a dream. Tomorrow I'm going somewhere for a retreat, and I asked my husband to check my car yesterday, but he couldn't, and I will be driving, alone. So I decided, because he knows the cars better, let him check for me before I go. And he said we would do it today. So today, as after my 5 a.m. club, I decided I'm not going to run, I'm going to actually sleep. And I dreamt of something that is related to cars, but I did not think that it's actually, I actually dreamt of two things, and the other one was confirmed in the dream. The other one was about the car. So I didn't know that, okay, fine, what is it now, or so when I went with my husband to where they're going to check the car, they actually said exactly what I saw in the dream, and I was like, my goodness. Sometimes my dreams, I know I'm a vivid dreamer, like I dream a lot, but when things are coming to pass, I'm like, wow. So when the mechanic or the electrician or whoever was busy telling my husband that you need to, this is a warning sign for what, I was shown that today in the dream before I could go to that guy, guy. So God speaks to you always. You don't need another prophet, a medium, to come and tell you that you are dreaming of whatever. You know your dreams. Ask about your dreams. Why is it that it's happening? Right now, we have people who don't dream at all, or they think that they don't dream at all, and that is not true. It's because you don't remember your dreams. And I want you to think of this again, this Bible verse that says we are not fighting against flesh and blood, we are fighting against principalities of the dark world. Now, the people in the dark world, and we'll talk about how did even Satan come into, and these people in the dark world, they were created by God. These very beings were created by God, right? But then they had separated from the light. So when I switch off these things, separate from the light, and then they lost their identity. Now, as I've already said last week, when you lose your identity, the end result is that you will hurt other people. So when you don't know yourself, you will hurt other people. That is why the devil is doing that. Or what we call Lucifer, that he was an archangel, the greatest one, and then he thought that he is God. Now he lost his identity and separated from the initial plan of who he is. So when we are dreaming, the spirit, the dense spirit in the dark world, they also know that God speaks to us, but because we are not awakened, we are not empowered, we are so religious that we talk about sin number 1, sin number 2, sin number 3, but we don't know ourselves, we don't know what we are capable of doing, right? So this dark spirit, they know that God speaks to us, and they steal those dreams for us. That is why, so you just wake up and then your car is stolen, but God has been, there is no way that something major can come into your life, and there is no dream, there is no vision, there is no nothing, there absolutely no way. So when you are here and you are forgetting your dreams, this is the time, one, to define who God is in your life. Now, like I said, we have a religious God who's so dangerous. He's going to send people to hell and all these things. Is that your God? If that's your God, then have a relationship with Him, right? So the point that I'm trying to do here is to make here is that you have to have a closer relationship with God. And when you have a closer relationship with God, an intimate relationship with God, like you are sharing with God, like God, just like the Bible says that Moses would speak to God as a friend would speak to a friend. That is what you need to have, a relationship with God. Because when you are just religious, going to church and say, oh, rabba, ba, 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 and then coming back and you're like, yeah, that's when the dead spirit, they know how powerful you are. They know how human beings are so powerful that they would even steal those dreams from you, and then you wake up and you're like, I had a horrible dream, but I don't remember what it was, right? So one thing is that you need to define who your God is. Now I've already defined my God. Okay, so you need to define, are you going to go with this God of this certain religion? Are you going to go with this God of the God who created the world? Whatever it is for you, and the truth for yourself. Don't do this for another person, do it for yourself. Because what we do is that when we grow in life, we start asking questions. I mean, I had, even before I got born again, that why didn't God kill the devil? I couldn't understand that. Why didn't he kill the devil and then we could live in peace? Why did he have to drop the devil here? And that question was not answered until even when I was born again. Still, the question was not answered. But when I started then having a relationship with God, not the religious way, having a close relationship with God, where I can talk to God as a friend speaks to a friend, then I could ask this question: why, God, didn't you kill the devil? Why didn't you? Right? So you need to get into a relationship with God and have a spiritual practice. A spiritual practice can be anything from yoga, from meditation, from praying, from lighting in purple, for any other thing. So you need to also define who your God is, and then what it is that you are doing. The reason why I'm saying define who God is, it's because some people will come to you and tell you that, yeah, when you have defined, you didn't define your God, but now you are burning incense. Now somebody might come to you and say, no, it's actually against God and Jesus when you are burning incense. But when you have defined your God, you know how you speak to your God, and that God has approved you from burning that incense or that in pepper, right? Even, the African religion, I hear some of us say, hey, you have to look at the north and the south and all this. These are rules. You have to define who your God is. When you find that, then you will be close to your God and you will be able to hear him even when you are not dreaming, right? That is the second one. Have a relationship with God, and do your spiritual practice. Now, the third thing is that when you're sleeping, you have to have the journal. You have to have a pen next to you. Open the book, don't close it. Open the book, you are ready to write, right? Open that and make sure that you buy a journal with an intention that this journal is a dream journal. So sometimes when you write your dreams down because you are sleeping or you are half asleep, half awake, you are going to maybe write it in a way. So that journal will not be your everyday journal. It's only for dreams, right? And then after a long time, maybe after a week, this is what I do. After a week, I would go back and I would read my journal and I'll find out, oh, is that what I dreamed about? Because sometimes you forget your dreams, right? So you have that journal. And then also your room where you are sleeping, even the house where you are sleeping, it needs to be clean. Guys, I cannot stress this. There's a word that says cleanliness is next to godliness. I am not a person who likes chores at all, but I will never stay in a room or in a place that is dirty. Even when I had my long days, I would clean my house when my helper is not here. So you need to make sure that where you are sleeping, it's also conducive that spirit can walk in, man. Where it's holy clean, the bedding that you are using, make sure that you wash them often. Don't, I know people who will spend like days and weeks and whatever without cleaning their bedding. Make sure that where you are sleeping is clean, right? The third one, I even lost count, but the next one would be the intention. When you sleep, make sure that you say, God, whoever is in your spiritual team, may you please give me a clear dreams. And may you please come and give me clear dreams so that I understand what is it that you are speaking to me about. Okay, that is another one. Now let's get to the nutrition part. The food that you eat, really, they mess up with your mind. So when you, for instance, I'm checking the time here, but anyway, the food that you eat, they have some how they make your mind or the brain. Is it good food, processed food? I was talking to a friend of mine that when I first did my vegan diet, I was relying on processed vegan food. So if you know, in Woolworths, they have those things that look like chicken, but it's processed food. And I ate that a lot and I felt so weak and I didn't like this vegan thing. But as now I am on a vegan diet, it's day 9 that I'm not eating meat, and I feel so empowered because now I'm cooking in the house. I'm not buying things from that are already pre-cooked, right? So what you eat also affects what you're going to remember and how you're going to even feel in your dreams, if you are even going to dream. I know when I drink alcohol, I will never remember even the dream that I was dreaming. But when I go, you see, like right now, I am even dreaming about my car. The other time, my husband's car, I dreamt of it not starting. And that was the 2 days after when he started, it didn't start. So you will have so much clear dreams if your diet is also aligned to the diet that your spirit wants. I know that my spirit sometimes doesn't want meat, doesn't want alcohol, so that is when I would do the cleansing, right? So whatever that you eat is also important for your brain development. Even when you are pregnant, they always say that you don't have to eat everything, because when you eat sugar, the children who the mother was eating a lot of sugar, they come with what that type of diseases, right? So for brain development and for you to remember your dreams, you need to eat green stuff, you need to eat things from the soil, right, to the kitchen, right? And then also the time that you are eating, at least eat 2 hours before you sleep. So before you sleep, for instance, you can say, I'm going to eat at 7 and I will sleep at 9. So that's better. You're not going to bed with a full stomach, right? The last one is these things, Facebook, social media. We are all on social media, and then we go to sleep. That is what makes us forget the dream, right? Because there's a whole lot of confusion. Remember, when you're about to sleep, you get into the first state of consciousness, which is like a dream. You can hear somebody there, but again you're about to dream, right? And that can be clouded by the things that you've seen, the arguments that we always have on social media when people are not agreeing with us, and a whole lot of other things. So make sure that at least an hour or two before you sleep, you switch off social media and you switch off television, because most importantly, whatever that you have watched, it will come in your dreams. Sometimes God wants to speak to you that go and fix your car, but because you have watched something before you a minute before you slept, then you are only dreaming of that. You are only dreaming of that, right? So check out social media an hour or 2 hours if possible before you sleep. And one of the things that would also help you remember your dreams is meditation. There are a whole lot of meditations here, and hypnosis. So I do sleep hypnosis if I'm struggling to sleep, and I also do meditation, sleep meditations even if I'm not struggling to sleep, because they help you clear your mind. And when you do that consistently, you would see that you will have clear dreams, and you will wake up, you remember the dream. Okay. Is there any questions? Are there any questions? Did I say everything? So the dreams that, of the things that you have seen might come from the fact that you are on social media, or, you are not. When you get into bed with an intention that today I am going to sleep and I want God to speak through me in the dream. Sometimes it's because you didn't intend. Now anything is coming. Remember, it's in the spirit world, so everything else is coming. Right. Okay. I hope everyone is clear about this. Let's go and interpret our own dreams. And for the announcements, I have a meditation, and I call it meditation and hike. We are meditating in the jungle. If you are here and you haven't meditated before, you haven't walked a kilometer before, do not worry. We all are different. The people that are coming are different. There are people who haven't meditated, but they have hiked before, and a whole lot of other things. So you are invited to that meditation and the hike and meditation session. It's on the 24th. It's on a Friday, 24th, on Heritage Day, in an area. When we went there, it was saying, now you are going outside of Gauteng. I'm like, wow, right? It's somewhere after Hartebees. So it's 300 per person. That 300 covers your ticket in, and also we're going to have a bride, right? Because it's a bride day. It's Heritage, it's bride day, right? And I'm also available for healing sessions. If you are here, you know that you have experienced trauma, or there's something in your life that doesn't go on, please make sure that you book a healing session with me. I will leave the number here, my number and my assistant's number, and we can work on you, right? What else? That's it. And by the end, I will put up a poster, but by the end of October, we will have a session for women. It will be a healing session for women. I will specify what is it that we're going to be healing. But anyway, if you are here and you are liking my content, do subscribe, share with your friends. Let us grow this community. My intention is to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. If there are no questions, I would leave. Today I did an hour. Literally, we needed this session. So we're going to I forgot to mention this. When you want to dream, maybe also clean yourself, clean your outer body. Go and bath. I know people are so scared of bathing. I don't know why. Take a shower, man, bath, and intend that I'm going to get into this and I'm going to dream. Right? Eat right. Let go of social media. Let go of the gata with meditation. Otherwise, I'll see you on the 24th of this month for our meditation sessions. Our ticket will run out soon, so you don't want to book when I said it's already done, because I have a specific number due to COVID-19. Right? I love you so much, guys. Have a great evening. Goodbye.